Today we're installing this Bradford White Infinity GR Series tankless water heater. We're hanging this unit on a custom diamond plate wall for that clean industrial look. First thing going on is the red and white tankless valve kit. The absolute worst thing that you can do when installing a tankless water heater is installing it without any service ports. These valves are critical. They allow us to flush the heat exchanger down the road, and they come with the required temperature relief valve. If you aren't installing these, you probably hate yourself, and you definitely hate the next guy. I'm setting up the laser to make sure our runs are dead on before we start piping the water heater. The majority of the piping is going to be hung with this threaded rod, split rings, and then some copper bell hangers. Protection is the name of the game here, so we're going to be installing this inline tankless water heater filter. This is going to ensure that this is going to catch most of the sediment before it ever hits that heat exchanger, which is the heart of the machine. You want that unit running clean for years and not just months. I did install unions on this filter housing. The only thing I would have done differently is possibly add a bypass. Next, we're going to be piping in this Honeywell Union Pro Press mixing valve. This is required by code to prevent scalding and ensures that the water temperature leaving the system is safe and consistent. We're keeping everything tight and professional. I'm going to dry fit everything and have all the hangers pre-installed. And at the end, that's when I'll press everything together. So this unit is 199,000 BTUs. It came rated for liquid propane. We're going to be piping it in and running Schedule 40 black iron pipe. This is sized strictly per NFPA 54 out of Chapter 6 out of the pipe sizing charts. I usually go by the longest length method, and with about 200,000 BTUs and a 40,000 BTU furnace right after this water heater, we should be good. We're tying in the gas using Mega Press fittings. I'm using a 1/2-inch slip coupling, 1/2-inch T, and a 1/2-inch Street 45 to make this connection. We're going to be moving over to the overhead water run, securing everything with OD copper bell hangers. You're going to notice that there's 3 pipes coming off this unit: your cold inlet, your hot outlet, and that dedicated recirculation line. This Infinity GR has an internal pump that actually learns the customer's usage habits, so it knows exactly when to kick on to provide instant hot water. We're going to be pressing all these connections with the Milwaukee M12 Force Logic press tool. Next, I'm going to be installing an acid neutralizing condensate pump. Since these are high efficiency condensing units, the discharge is acidic. We neutralize it before it hits the drain to protect the home's plumbing system. For the venting, the manual specifies 2-inch Schedule 40 PVC, and since we didn't exceed the max length or elbow count, we don't need to jump to 3-inch. The final step is dropping the cartridge filter into the housing and turning the water on. This looks like a showroom piece rather than a mechanical room.